in this world. Some feel warm but temporary. Some feel passionate but uncertain. Some feel beautiful until they don't. And if we are honest, most of us have learned to guard our hearts. We brace ourselves, we prepare for disappointment. We rehearse rejection before it even happens. Because human love, as beautiful as it can be, sometimes falters under pressure.
But there is a love that does not panic when you fail, a love that does not withdraw when you struggle, a love that does not grow tired of reassuring you. God's love is not fragile, it is not easily offended, it is not intimidated by your questions. It is a refuge, not a hiding place built on denial, but a sanctuary built on truth. And when anxiety whispers, when will this love disappear? He answers gently, I am not going anywhere. Today, on a day when the world celebrates romance, remember this: the safest place your heart will ever rest is not in another human promise. It is in the unshakable love of God. When the world feels unpredictable and affection feels conditional, when approval rises and falls like waves against fragile walls, I search for solid ground. When compliments fade away, when silence fills the space, when I question if I matter, if I'm too broken to embrace, you draw me in. You don't measure my worth by applause, you don't calculate love by flaws. You see the places I hide, and still you move closer inside. No performance required, no pretending needed, no mask to be admired, no perfection repeated, just a heart laid open wide, and you standing at my side. Your love is my safe place, where fear has no claim, where shame loses power and silence breaks chains. Your love is my refuge, my shelter in grace. In every season, your love is my safe place. When I am uncertain, when doubt clouds my sight, you wrap me in mercy and call me your light. I don't have to impress you with eloquent prayers, I don't have to convince you that I deserve your care. You saw my hidden fractures before I learned to cope, and instead of turning away, you covered me with hope. You are not threatened by my weakness, you are not shaken by my tears, you are not distant in my questions, you are not counting all my fears. Where others may grow weary, you remain steady and near. Your presence is not seasonal, your affection is sincere. Even if the world turns away, even if hearts rearrange, even if promises falter and feelings slowly change, you remain. Even if I feel unworthy, Even if I doubt your voice, even if I try to run, you pursue and rejoice. You remain. You remain. You remain. Your love does not fluctuate with my emotional state. It does not hesitate. It does not retaliate. It is patient in process. It is kind in correction. It is fierce in protection and gentle in affection. Your love rewrites narratives, breaks cycles of fear, teaches my guarded heart it is safe here. Your love is my safe place, stronger than insecurity, deeper than my overthinking, wider than uncertainty. Your love is my fortress, my covering embrace. No storm can remove me from this sacred space. Your love is my safe place. Now my heart can rest, fully known and fully loved, forever blessed. So on this Valentine's Day, when roses bloom and candles glow, I thank you for a love that will never let me go. The safest place I've ever known is not built by human hands. It is found in the steady, unchanging heart of God.
On Valentine's Day, promises are whispered softly. I'll always love you, forever.
But human forever can feel fragile. Hearts change, seasons shift, feelings rise and fall like tides. And somewhere deep inside we wonder, is there a love that truly lasts?
Not a love based on mood, not a love sustained by perfection, not a love that weakens when we do.
There is a covenant stronger than emotion, a vow not written in ink but sealed in blood, a promise not dependent on your constancy but on His.
God does not say forever lightly. When He speaks it, eternity moves. And today, if your heart has ever feared abandonment, if you have ever questioned your worth, if you have ever braced yourself for love to disappear,
Listen closely.
His forever does not expire. His promise does not fade. His love does not walk away. Forever is not just something He gives. Forever is who He is. When everything around me shifts, when certainty begins to drift, when people change and seasons turn, and lessons come through loss and burn, you remain.
When my devotion feels too small, when I stumble, when I fall, when I question what you say, You do not ration mercy when my faith is running out.
You are steady as the sunrise, certain as the dawn. Even when my courage fades, your affection carries on.
Through valleys long and shadowed, through silence I don't understand, through prayers that seem unanswered, still I am in your hand.
Your love does not grow tired, it does not reconsider, it does not shift allegiance or quietly grow thinner.
Neither height nor depth, nor angels nor death, nor present nor things to come
can separate this heart from your love. Not my past, not my shame, not my doubt, not my pain. Forever means forever, and you have sealed my name. When I am faithless, you are faithful. When I am restless, you are stable. When I am anxious,
you are able to keep every word you have spoken. Your forever is not fragile, your promise is not thin, your love does not diminish when my strength is wearing thin. Forever is your promise, it echoes through my soul. Not even death can silence the vow that makes me whole. No darkness can outlast it, no grave can overcome the God who swore forever has already won.
forever is your promise. Forever I am yours, held inside a covenant that time cannot undo.
So on this day of roses and rings, of whispered vows and fragile things, I anchor my heart in something higher, in a love
that does not flicker,
Does not fade, does not fear tomorrow.
because when you say forever,
You mean it.
and I am safe.
inside your promise.
On a day when the world celebrates love with flowers, promises, and candlelight, there is a love far older than romance. Before the first heartbeat in your chest, before your name was spoken by anyone on earth, before you ever wondered if you were enough, you were already deeply loved. Not because you impressed heaven, not because you earned divine affection, not because you performed well or prayed perfectly, but because love himself chose you. The greatest love story did not begin when you found God. It began when he found you.
And today, as hearts search for reassurance, remember this: you are not chasing love, you are responding to a love that found you first.
Before I ever whispered your name, before I understood grace, you were writing redemption in silence, preparing mercy in my place. While I was learning to breathe, you were teaching my heart to believe. Though I wandered so far from the light, you never loosened your sight. You saw me in seasons of doubt, when my faith was thin and worn out, when I built fragile kingdoms of sand. Still your covenant continued to stand. I thought I had to climb to reach
because I was strong, but because your love decided I would belong. Not based on perfection achieved, not on the prayers I repeated, not on the verses memorized, or the tears that I've cried. You love me in unfinished places, in hidden and fragile spaces, where insecurity lived and fear would not forgive. You walked through the dust of my story and turned it into glory. You carried the weight I could not bear and called me beautifully rare. It was never about my performance, it was always about your promise. Never about my condition, but about your possession. You chose me, you kept me, you held me, you saved me. Before I reached, before I knew, before I loved, you already knew. Your love, your love found me first. Now my heart responds in awe. Not afraid of rejection, not bound by human flaws. Your love found me first, and it will not let me go. Through every season of my life, your affection overflows. So on this day of roses and vows, I lift my heart and surrender now. For the truest Valentine is the one whose heart is mine. Your love found me first, and it will love me for love.